Hello Flosstube, it's Melissa from thedailymail.com and I am back for Flosstube video number 5. So they are getting a little bit easier, thankfully. Can't believe I've been at this, for the better part of 2 months now, but it's going well, so I'm just going to keep going with it. I'm getting lots of lovely comments on my videos, and so I really appreciate the support. So welcome back for the next installment, and if you are new to my channel, I just wanted to give you a little heads up that I do both paper crafting and needlework on my channel. So I always try and label things appropriately. So if it is a stitching related video, it's always going to have Flosstube at the beginning of the video description. If it is something paper crafting related, I will either put card making or Stampin' Up! Or something along that line, so that you'll know that it is a paper crafting video. So that way all of my subscribers, since I have kind of 2 different audiences, can quickly find the videos they're most interested in. So again, just want to give you that heads up if you are a new subscriber. So you may notice I am wearing a baseball cap in today's video. That is because, like many of my other stitching and crafting friends, I am a baseball fan. And this is the opening weekend of the 2019 season. So unfortunately, my Anaheim Angels are on the road, so I couldn't go to a ball game for the opening weekend, but their home opener is sometime next week, I think. Don't know if I'll be able to go to any of the games or not. We'll see. I do want to try and get to at least a couple of games this season if I can. I do live in Anaheim, so the ballpark is just a couple of miles from where I live, which is really nice. But anyway, the hat I'm wearing is from the 2010 All-Star Game, which Anaheim was the host city that year. And so this was a hat from that game. So, and I'm wearing red, of course, because that's my Angels team colors. So this is a little bit darker red than theirs, but it is what it is. So anyway, so go Angels. Yay, baseball's back. Baseball is great for stitching, by the way, because they're nice long games, usually 2.5, 3 hour games. So you can get a lot of stitching done. And it's a slow enough paced game that you don't have to be watching every single second. So it's perfect stitching sports. So anyway. The first thing I did want to talk about is from my last video, I did have a giveaway for reaching 2,500 subscribers. So I just wanted to follow up with that and let you all know that the winner that was selected, I used random YouTube comment picker.com or something like that is the URL for it. Anyway, the winner was Kathy Lloyd. I did leave a comment to your comment, Kathy, from my last video, but I don't know if you saw it. But if you would, just go by my website at thedailymail.com and use the contact form. It's in the navigation bar across the top of my blog, right below my blog header. And just use that form and shoot me your email address, and then I will get that gift certificate ordered for you. So, or sent off to you. So congratulations to Kathy. It was kind of cool to see her name pop up because she has been a longtime follower of mine long before my days of having a YouTube channel. So congratulations, Kathy. Okay, the next thing, since today is March 31st, and I don't know if I said that at the beginning of the video, I am recording this on Sunday, March 31st. I thought since my next YouTube or Flosstube video won't be until mid-April, I thought I would go on and do my Ortz jar update today, even though some more Ortz will get added to it later today because I am going to stitch after this. But anyway, these are my Ortz for the month of March. Not quite as many as I've had in January and February, but still a decent amount. I was kind of all over the place with my stitching this month on a lot of different projects, so there's no one real color that stands out other than early in the month, all the black, because I was stitching on Be Inspired, which I didn't work on it at all this time, so there's no update on that one. But yeah, so now we'll take, and this is what, for those who are new, I have a small monthly jar that I keep on my table next to me, my stitching chair. And at the end of the month, I transfer them into my large annual jar. So these are my Ortz for January and February so far. So we will open this up and pour in the portraits. And then whatever extras I do tonight, I'll just throw those in tomorrow before I stitch. But yeah, so that is my Ortz jar progress so far. We're a quarter of the way through the year. And so I feel like I've got a nice collection going there. So, okay. One other bit of housekeeping and then we'll get to the stitching. I know I promised in my last video that I was going to have my floss tag video up, how I make them. I was going to have that up last week. Unfortunately, somehow that file got corrupted. When I tried to import it into my editing software, it was just not having it. And I have been kind of crazy busy in my life the last couple of weeks and I have not had a chance to re-record it. I promise at some point I will get that re-recorded, but that's why you did not see it last weekend as I had promised, because the footage was just completely corrupted and was not watchable. Okay, so on to whips. The first whip I have is my Siren and the Shipwreck by Mirabilia. I did do a little bit of work on her this month, or this past 2 weeks. So I'll put a picture right up here for where she was last time. And then here she is now. So what is new this time is, it's hard to do this, she's big, is I did some more work here on her dorsal fin. I'm having a hard time with words today. So yeah, so all of this part on her dorsal fin is new. And I do not know what this fabric is. It was a silk weaver. It came in a grab bag. I think it might be blueberry something, in looking at their photo, and it's not even called silk weaver anymore. Needleworker's Delight, I think now, maybe. So anyway, but yeah, so that is Siren and the Shipwreck by Mirabilia. And that was for one of my Magical Stitches homework assignments. I don't remember now exactly what it was. Oh, we had to stitch on a magical creature for one of the assignments. Okay. My next whip is a new start, so there is no before photo, but I started the Autumn Keeper Pin Keep by Barbara Anna Designs. This is available for purchase as a chart, but I got it out of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I don't remember now what issue. Oh, it was the 2016 fall issue. And as you can see, I am stitching her on 40 count doubloon linen. And I was kind of scared. And this was actually my homework this week, past week for Magical Stitches. You had to do 500 stitches on something that is scary and 500 stitches on something that is happy. And so both of mine were on this. It is scary because it's 40 count linen and I had never stitched on 40, or if I had stitched on 40 count linen, it's been years and years and years before my middle-aged eye issues. But yeah, it went really, really well. I didn't even have to use any magnification, so I was really, really happy about that. So yeah, so it was scary to me because it was 40 count linen. And then I also stitched it for happy because Barbara Anna Designs just make me happy. I just love her style. So yeah, so this is my little pin keep girl. Super cute. Yeah, I love her. Okay, so that is that one. I did stitch this past 2 weeks on my gift project that I have alluded to in the past. It's not something that I can share because I am fairly certain the person who is going to be receiving it watches my YouTube channel. So, but I did have one other whip, I just can't show it. So there's that. Okay, my next whip, I don't really have a before picture for this one either because it's kind of a new start. I started house number 3 of the glitter Village series. And what I can put up here is the preview of what has been released so far. 6 of the 9 houses have been released, and there's a mock-up from the Country Cottage Needleworks website. So that I put on the screen for you. But I started house 3. And again, this was for a Magical Stitches homework, although I started in January with house 1, and my goal was to stitch 1 house per month. And I am a little behind for March because I haven't quite finished this one yet. I may try and see if I can knock it out today. I don't know if I'll get it done or not, but I'm going to try and knock out as much as I can. But we had a Christmas break challenge over the weekend, this weekend, to do 600 stitches on something Christmas or winter themed. And so that's what I've done so far. I've got 600 stitches in on house 3. So, and I can use this as well for one of our extra credit assignments for March and April. There is one of the extra credit assignments is the Marauders map. So you have to stitch on something related to a map or a town, something like that. But if you're doing it as a town, it's got to be something that has at least, I think, 3 houses or something like that. This piece has 9, so I am fine with that. And this is my 3rd house. And I already have the charts for 4 and 5. I think that's right. So even if I don't have enough stitches in house 3 to do that 500 stitches for the extra credit, I can just go on and start the next house, which I want to do house 4 for the April house anyway. So I am good to go on that one. So those were all of my whips for this time. I didn't feel like I got a lot of stitching done, but to have, 4 whips, I guess that's not too bad, especially when a couple of them were kind of new starts. But I do also have a finish. As I mentioned in my last Flosstube, I was really close to getting, oh, I forgot. I'll put a picture over here. This is Henpeck, and this is where I was last time. As you can see, I was really close to having it finished, and I did indeed get it finished. This was part of I did this for the Goat Load Birthday SAL for Emily C., another Flosstuber. And while I didn't have the Goat Load chart, she basically had said, any one of the charts in that stack series would be fine if you didn't have Goat Load. And I did have this one, and I had it fully kitted. So I started this one on March 9th, I think it was, and I finished it last night, so March 30th. And I had for sure thought when I recorded that last video that I would have that finished, this piece finished, well, either that night or the next day. Yeah, I never even picked it up again until last night. And it literally was like, an hour and a half of stitching and it was done. So that's how close I was on it. So yeah, I am really excited that that one is done. And it is stitched on 36 count oaken. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Okay, so that is it for whips and finishes, and that brings us to haul. And I've got a lot of it. So the first thing is I finally received my March Color and Cotton Floss of the Month from Crazy Annie's. And she did let us know these were going to be delayed because of market and all the insanity of that, because they did go to market. And that was fine. I mean, I get these just to build to my collection, so I'm never in that big of a hurry for them. So, but I should hopefully have my April shipment by the time I do my next video in 2 weeks. I have already been invoiced for it, and she said they're supposed to go out in the mail next week. So if they do, I should have it by my next Flosstube in a couple of weeks. So anyway, I get she has several different options. I get the 5 skeins of all colors. She's got another pack that is all brights. She has a pack that is all neutrals or prims, and then one that's just all colors. And so I'm on the all colors. And so this first one is Bluebell, which is really, really pretty. I'm holding it up against the white paper to hopefully get a truer color for you guys. So that is Bluebell. Next we have royal blue, which as you can see is a much darker blue. Here, I'll hold them up side by side so you can compare. This is Bluebell, this is royal blue. They actually look really nice together. Yeah. Next is brown sugar, and I love this color. It is so pretty. Ugh, love it. That would look so amazing on a coffee sampler or a tea sampler. So, so pretty. That is brown sugar. Next is sweet potato. This is another gorgeous color. It has not really orange per se, but an orangey brown in there, which makes sense with it being called sweet potato. That's really pretty. And then the final color is rhubarb. So got a couple of veggie themed colors here. So yeah, so this is rhubarb. That is a really, really pretty pink. So that is it. Those are my March 2019 Floss of the Month from Color and Cotton. I don't know if I said that. They are Color and Cotton flosses, and I get them through Crazy Annie's. Now comes the rest. And this was a huge order for me, to the point that I am now, and oh, and I forgot to mention on the finish, I am taking a $9 credit for that finish for my Stitch from Stash budget. One direction of it fell in the 60 to 80 stitches range on the finish grid, and the other one fell on the 80 to, which was worth $9 or $8. And the other side fell on the 80 to 100 stitches, which was a $10 finish. So I'm just averaging the two and taking $9. But even with that $9 finish, because of this massive birthday / market haul, I am now $246 in the hole on my Stitch from Stash budget. I don't know if it is going to be possible for me to recover by the time the end of June comes, which is when this round of Stitch from Stash ends. But I am going to try my best to not buy any more cross stitch for, until after June, and try my best to get some things finished. I do have 2 or 3 more things that are fairly close that will get me some finishes. I just don't think I have anywhere near enough things close enough to make up $246. Now, that being said, I have $75 that will come in for my April, May, and June budgets. So that's going to help. But I still don't think I have enough to make up roughly $180. $175. Wait, let's see. Yeah, because I'm roughly around $250, and $75 will knock it down to roughly $175. I don't think I have anywhere nearly close enough finishes for that. So anyway. Okay, the majority of the stuff I got in my haul is from Needlecraft Corner in Baltimore. I talked about Drema in my last video. I love her to death. I've been a customer of hers for years. So the one off thing I did make one purchase from the Silver Needle in Tulsa, so I will show it first. And this is Penelope's Posies by Lindy Stitches. And it's not fully kitted. It doesn't include the fibers, but it does have everything else. It's got the, well, let's see. Okay, yeah. Full kit of charm, pins, and finishing instructions. Stitcher supplies needed, so this is what you have to provide, are DMC floss for this, sewing thread for your assembling, and your stuffing of choice. And I believe this was $18, which, considering you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins, you're getting that adorable little crown charm, you're getting the ribbon, which I believe is from Lady Dot Creates, Lois, formerly of the Elegant Stitch shop in Modesto, who I went to a couple of her retreats. But yeah, so, and you're getting the fabric. So I didn't think $18 seemed really bad for this. And it is super cute. So yeah, and then I also got a freebie chart from Hands On Design called Snow Globe Snowman. Even though it's a freebie, I'm going to try and keep the chart off screen. So, but that's what that looks like. So that is from Silver Needle. Okay, everything else is from Drema. And she also includes every order pack of freebies. This is her standard pack this time. You're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 different freebies. And then she also included for me the Nashville Market, I'm not going to show it long, the Nashville Market freebie from the Blue Flower, which I had specifically asked her if she could pick up for me, called Stitcher's Gonna Stitch. So, okay. I did get a few things that were some clearance items that she had, so I'll show those first. The first one is 'Tis the Season from Country Cottage Needleworks. Super cute. I love that pink Mr. Santa, Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Super cute. I got Pumpkin from Scarlet House. That's really pretty. I love that crow sitting on the pumpkin. Super cute. I think this may be my first Scarlet House chart, in fact. I don't think I've ever stitched a Scarlet House chart. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I've followed Tanya for years. I've just never bought one of her charts. Next is a Bent Creek chart called Start Where You Stand Sampler. Love this one. And it includes the 2 little buttons for it. And finally, I have had this on my wish list for ages, and so I was really excited to find it on a clearance rack. It is from Silver Creek Samplers, and it is Liberty Hill Farm. I absolutely love that. So cute. I may have to start that soon. I love it. Okay, and then as I was talking about my glitter Village, this is Glitter House 5. I'm on the auto ship for these, but Drema put it in with the rest of my order, so she didn't have to charge me extra shipping to ship it separately. Of course, everyone is showing this because this, I think, was kind of the queen of the show, pardon the pun. The Quilting Bee from the Blue Flower. How stinking gorgeous is that? Oh, I am in love. This I am definitely going to have to start soon. I don't have the, I don't have all the gentle arts it calls for, so I'm going to need to grab those because this is one I definitely want to stitch with the overdyes. I'm sure it would still be beautiful in DMC, and there is a DMC conversion right on the back, but I don't know. That's just one I think you need the overdyes for, the fancy floss. Oh, I am obsessed. Obsessed. So the next thing I got was the Ode to the Ortz box from Brenda Gervais, and it includes, you know, well, I don't know if all of them include, I think they all do, include everything you need for it. So you've got all the fancy floss, and it doesn't say what the linen is, but you know, you got the piece of linen for stitching it. But yeah, and here I'll pull it out and show you the tin. And so inside the box, you've got your chart with all the instructions. I'm not going to show the chart. I was going to see what it calls. So it calls for a piece of 28 count mushroom Lugana, which I'm fairly certain, actually, now that I said linen, yeah, that is Lugana. And then the fancy flosses are all Weeks, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colorworks. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 skeins of fancy floss. And this is a small piece. I mean, so it's not going to take much of that. So, and I think, I want to say this was $40 for everything. The fabric, the fibers, and the little tin, and the chart. So I didn't think it was bad. So let me get this open so you can see it. And this is a tin box with the little lid that goes on it for your Ortz. And then your finished piece will go here on the lid. How cute is that? Love it. So next up, this was not a market release, but I ordered it at the same time with all the market stuff. I think this was just a February, it may have been January even. This is Four Seasons by Little House Needleworks. And I again bought the option, you know, the kitted option from Drema. She was out of stock on one of them, so she owes me that one. So she always includes a little Post-it note to let you know what she owes you. And she doesn't charge you shipping the second time when she sends you whatever she was missing. So yeah, this is Four Seasons. Super pretty. And it is kitted with the called for fabric, which I think is 30 count portobello if memory serves. And another Little House. This is a market release. This was Home of a Needleworker Squared. There are now 4 of the Home of a Needleworker. I have stitched, I think was the original one. Hang on, let me go get it and I'll show it to you. Okay, so this is my Home of a Needleworker. I hope that's all showing. Can't exactly see that well. But yeah, I stitched this in 2006, as you can see. Yeah, so it'll be nice to have another one to go along with it. I do have, I think, Home of a Needleworker 2, which was more square shaped, but I haven't stitched it yet. So, but yeah. So that is a previous FFO, yeah, from 13 years ago. Yeah. So again, that was Home of a Needleworker, and again, this one came as a kit from market. So it includes, and it's got all 5 of the new classic Colorworks flosses in it. So I'll pull those out and show those to you, so you can get a good look at those. This one is Sticks and Twigs. And then we have Trail Dust. Pine Needles. I love these names. They're all very camping related names. Campfire. I got ahead of myself. The last one isn't as much, but it's a beautiful off-white color. It's called Eggshell. Yeah, so those are the 5 new classic Colorworks colors released at market. And again, it came with the linen, which is 30 count portobello. Okay, next up we have from Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery. This is her latest in the Magical Elixir series. This is part 5, and this is Coffee Drinker's Confession. And I am a huge coffee lover. In fact, I have a customized plate on my car that says I heart coffee. So yeah. And again, I got Drema's kit option, and she had a couple of Gentle Arts she didn't have, so she'll be sending me those when she gets them in stock. And yeah, everything else it looks like is there. So, and in case you can read it, it says, I don't have a problem with coffee. I have a problem without coffee. True story. Hashtag true story. Okay, next up is more chocolate bunnies from Hands On Design. Drema did not kit this with the sulkies, but as you know from my last Flosstube video, I did opt to purchase the sulkies from another online store. I got it from Julie at Gulf Coast Stitches because she is carrying the sulky, but Drema kitted it with the DMC. So I thought I know I was interested in this, and I'm sure a few other people are, is how the colors compare between the two. So I thought I would show you real quick. These are the blues. So pretty darn close. And I did actually ask Kathy about this when I was doing my market order, how close the DMC conversion was to her model. And she said they were as close as she could get them, because when she does her DMC conversion, she doesn't work off of somebody's conversion list. She literally pulls out her DMC card and she took her sulky and she found what was the closest match. And I think she did a really good job there. Next we have the bright green, which I think this is looking a little slightly more yellow than the sulky, but it's pretty close. Yeah. Next we have the bright orange, which I think this is just slightly darker. Not a whole lot though. I mean, this is looking lighter on camera than it is in person. They're really close. So then we have the pink, and those are almost dead on with each other. And the brown for your bunnies. Again, really, really close. I mean, yeah, really close. There's not much difference in those at all. Then we have a paler orange. These are for the carrots, the two oranges. And those are really, really close too. I'm not sure how well they're showing up on camera, but as I'm looking at them in person, they're super close. There's not much difference there. And then we have the dark green. And again, the DMC green is just maybe slightly a little more yellow toned green, but really close. And then finally the white, so, or off-white in this case. I don't know what the sulky color is called. It's DMC 3865, which might be called off-white or something like that. I don't know. So that's how they compare for those who are interested. Like I say, if you're interested in getting this from Drema, she does have it kitted with the DMC, which does make it a little more affordable. The sulkies aren't super expensive, but DMC is cheaper. So if you're interested in that, there is an option out there, you know, for it fully kitted. And it does come with, I'm trying to get this back in the package. And she does include the called for linen, which is Aspen. I don't remember who it is by. Let's see, hang on. Weeks Dye Works, Aspen linen. So yeah, so those are the More Chocolate Bunny options. Oh, and then along with that, there was a freebie companion chart that Kathy had at Market, which was called Favorite Brew. And she had this cute little pom-pom and these pins from Just Another Button Company, as well as some rickrack, and I think that's from Lady Dot Creates. Let's see if it tells on here. Yes, Lady Dot Creates rickrack, and then all your fibers, which these are Classic Colorworks, and then a couple of Krynics. So this was her little freebie companion, and so Drema has these available on her website. You get the chart for free, and then she has a fee for the kitting of it. So, and then here's, oh, I said that went with bunnies. That didn't go with bunnies. That went with this. That goes with the Scary Apothecary series, which I am all in for this. I signed up for the auto ship, so of course in my first order I got all the fibers for the entire series. I got the first 3 charts and the called for linen for the first 3 charts, which is, if memory serves, Winter Wishes from Fabrics by Stephanie. So I am super excited. Look at those colors. They're so awesome. I love the Halloween color palette with the purples and oranges and kind of chartreusey greens. Oh, obsessed. It's going to kill me not to start all these things like right away. Okay, and so then my final thing is probably, again, one of my favorites. Because my name is Melissa, this was a must-have for me. And I think I showed the PDF in my last video, which Izzy does have on her Etsy store, the primitive hair. I forgot to say primitive hair. And I had purchased the printed one already, but I had not received it. And I was trying to figure out how big of a piece of linen I would need. And so we were talking back and forth. And since I had already purchased the printed one, she sent me the PDF one so that I could have the stitch counts and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. Which was super nice of her. I was certainly unexpected. I did not expect that she would do that for me, but that was really super nice. So, yeah. So now I already have my working copy because I printed out the PDF. And that way I can keep my nice cardstock copy nice and pristine. Okay, well that is it. That is my haul. I knew this video was going to be long because of how much stuff I had to show. So thank you for bearing in there with me during all of this. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all these goodies. You're going to be seeing a lot of these over the next year or so as I stitch them up because I spent so much I'm not going to be buying anything for a while. And I did actually kind of trying to decide if I'm going to do Stitch Mania or not. I mean, we're, you know, a month away from it basically at this point. If you're not familiar, there is a group on Facebook called Stitch Mania, and it's MAYNIA. I'll link it below or in the show notes. And every May they have Stitch Mania, and it started originally I think in maybe 2015, and the goal was 15 starts because it was 2015, and so then you had 16 starts in 2016, 17 starts in 2017, and so on. But some people do a new start every day of the month, all 31 days, which boggles my brain. I'm not sure I'm interested in doing that. And then, you know, and people make it their own. Some people do whips for Stitch Mania. And so they line up how many ever number of whips they want to work on during Mania. So I was trying to decide what I wanted to do. And so I thought, well, let me just look and see how many things I have fully kitted. And then I can kind of go from there. And I realized I have over 40 things fully kitted. And that doesn't count most of these new things I just got. That's existing things. So I definitely have enough if I wanted to do either 19 new starts or all 31 new starts. I just don't know that I want, because my whip list right now is 14. I don't know that I want to, like, you know, triple that by having, you know, 31 new starts, because that would basically triple my whip list. So I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do a combination and stitch one day each on how many ever whips I have. So one day out of May, I will stitch on each of my current whips. And then whatever the difference is of that. So as right now I have 14, but I might get a couple of those finished in April, which would take me down to around 12. So then I could make up the difference between 12 and 19 and do that many new starts. So that's a possibility. Or I could just do 19 new starts, which is my temptation right now because I love so many of these things I just got that I want to start on them all. Start all the things. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about Mania quite a bit right now. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I guess that is it for me for this update. This has turned into a longer video than I expected it would be. So thanks again for hanging in there with me. And I will have all the show notes on my blog with links to everything I've talked about. And there'll be a link to that blog post in my description below. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your March for the few hours we have left of it. Although if you're in Australia and the South Pacific, it's already April. So whatever. I will see you all in a couple of weeks when I'm back for Flosstube number 6. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.